know-how in the technology sector, not just in Atlanta here, but also in the United States. We are grateful that your contribution always play an important role to the industries of Taiwan and the government. Thank you for all your contribution. And the second part, I'd like to share that disease knows no boundaries. Taiwan's participation in the WHO is urgent, not just to Taiwan, but also to the world. We just discussed how the COVID-19 has been spread to more than 192 countries and raised the greatest concern of all, the helplessness of being unable to protect ourselves and loved ones from the unknown. I would like to take this opportunity for all your support of Taiwan's participation in WHO. And also, I would like to say that America is now the most hard-hit country in the world. I believe that with Americans' joint efforts, this country will soon overcome all difficulties and become stronger in the future. I do have the confidence in all Americans and America. And also, my office, Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Atlanta, functions as a consulate general and promotes every kind of friendship between Taiwan and the six southeastern states of Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. If my office can ever be of help to you, please let me know. And we are here in Atlanta at your service 24/7. And the best is yet to come. The best is that we are together. I believe that together we can make a difference. Again, thank you for Danny, Zhongbin, Nancy, inviting me to join today's meeting. It's indeed my pleasure to have this opportunity to learn from you. I wish you all personal well-being and success. God bless Taiwan, God bless America, and God bless all of you. And thank you again for inviting me to learn from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go over, can we go on to the next slide? I'm going to go over to a little bit about who we are, Mount Jade, and then also some of our missions. And as a nonprofit organization that Mount Jade started back in 1993 in Atlanta. And we're just one of the chapter of the many chapters here in the U.S. and also that there's a global Mount Jade, and it was headquartered in Taiwan. And the Mount Jade Southeast, that our goal are to promote technology development, entrepreneurship, along with promote exchange of information on current industry trends. And throughout the year, we will host about 4 to 5 various technology seminar type of event, and that leads into our annual conference in later of the year, usually is in October or November, or late October or early November timeframe. And at the annual conference, there is we will have a symposium, award ceremony for Mount Jade Young Achiever Award, which that's geared towards a high school junior and senior, and the Monte Jade Innovation Competition Award, which is now we just abbreviated to MJIC. Next slide, please. And the background of the MJIC, as we talked, the host for this event this afternoon, started back in 2018 by our former president, Nancy Tai, who's here with us this afternoon, and thought that we would like to create a forum as a platform and a forum for student and young professionals to foster their creativity, communication, and critical thinking skill, and to prepare them for future entrepreneurship. And so our goal is really to try to get a competition that can really we can gather, because we are a technology association, so we're trying to get more of the young people involved within our organization. And so that's really one of the primary goals. That's why we want to have the MJIC competition. And throughout this competition, and we will wanted to provide mentorship to the participant, and also participants receive support for their innovation. And at the end, we want to prepare the winners for career planning and entrepreneurship. Next slide, please. So at this time, and I would like to go ahead and pass the microphone to Jeffrey Ying. He is our chair for the MJIC 2020 activity. So he will go over the as far as the competition, the different categories, and how you can apply. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. All right, thank you, Danny. My name is Jeffrey Yin. I joined the Monte Jade board this year, and under the direction of the board and the foundation, I'm in charge of this year's program. Before the webinar started, we talked about the coronavirus, and as we know in the past human history, that huge challenges to our lives usually bring out the best of human being. We strive to solve the problems with our creativity and innovation. So I don't think this time will be no different. And so I think this competition hopefully will bring out the best of our young minds who will contribute to this endeavor. So I'll just briefly go over in about 10 minutes in this year's program. So first, I want to talk about the categories that included in the competition. Over the last couple of years, we have two major categories. The first one is the concept product, and this category is a very general category that pretty much covers all the problems and solutions in the real world problem. So over the past, and I think Nancy will illustrate with a couple of examples of last 2 years winners. They have tackled city traffic problem, and they have tackled environmental issues. So this is really a wide open category for everybody to jump in and contribute. And this year, we added a new category, which is, I think, is the emerging technology that we talk about. And over the next 5 to 10 years, is going to change us forever, is AI and in the robotics and the application that combine both to change our world. So in this new theme category, we are looking for creative ideas and applications that will be beneficial to the human being. The third category, which is sponsored by Maxxis Tires, our long-term sponsors, and this particular category, we will looking into innovative ideas that will change the transportation, specifically for tires. And later on, Dr. Chong will also give us some examples and give us an idea about what Maxxis is and the past winners awards, their work and innovation. We have three in each category. The cash reward will be first place, second place, and third place, and they will be rewarded $3,000, $2,000, and $1,000 respectively. And that's the part that is the cash reward. And we also, as we will talk about a little bit later, we will provide entrepreneurship guidelines as well as some career planning for our winners. Let me briefly go over the rules of competition. This year, we relaxed the eligibility to include students and young professionals as long as they are 35 years and younger. But guess what? Chris also is eligible. I'm kidding here. But in previous years, we limited participants to college students, which includes undergrads and graduates. This year, we want to reach out to more participants and to create the mind shares of MJIC among the startup communities and young people. So we relaxed this requirement to include more people. In terms of the makeup of the team, either you can join individually or invite a couple of friends, so up to 3 people in the team to submit your competition topics. Now, we do have some rules that govern this competition. First of all, each person or each team submit only 1 application per category. Now, of course, if you have more bandwidth, you got crazy ideas in different categories, be our guest, submit it. But in 1 category, you can only submit 1 application. And needless to say, we want original ideas. So the innovation has to be original from you and your team members. You can get some inspirations from academic works from school. For example, you have a senior project that you just finished, that you think is really good. You can do that, but you need to develop more on that senior project and make that innovation part and the creativity part your own. So that's very important to us. And because we want original work, so if the proposal has been previously published or publicly disclosed, then we will not accept that. And finally, needless to say, if there is any, please be mindful about the copyright and IP, the intellectual property protection. And if we find out any of those infringement, you will be disqualified. You can go to the website to check out more rules about the competition. Right here, I just give you some highlights. In terms of judging criteria, we will invite a panel of judges from different expertise, and they will form the committee to go through different phases to judge the merits of each applications. So in terms of criteria, first, of course, is how creative this innovation is. How does it address the problem? How effective it can solve the problem? Feasibility, is it doable? Can it be implemented with reasonable price? Does it take 100 years to actually implement it? So it's just a paper dream? Or is there a market for it? How can we market this so more people can actually have access with affordable price? So the whole business case may make sense. And finally, we also have a 20% devoted to some other factors that maybe include, but not limited to, your presentation styles, and how enthusiastic you are about this topic and this problem solving, and how you use all the resources and combine it together to make it your own. So a lot of different factors will come into this other category to make up the whole judging criteria. Okay, now this is the important part. I want everybody to remember the schedule. From now on, after this webinar, we'll start to accept applications. So from now until the end of May, this is what we call phase 1. You can work on your proposal with your team members. You form a team, and you started to get the ideas, think about a problem and your solutions. And by May 31st, go to the website and submit your proposal. A week later, the committee will announce the acceptance of your proposal. Okay? So there will be an official kickoff of phase 2, which is between June 7th and early August, where during this period, you can work with your team on the nitty-gritty details of your project. So August 3rd is a very key date that you have to keep in mind. So September 10th is the time we will announce the final list to the public If you are selected to become a finalist, you will be invited to do a presentation in front of the judging panel sometime in September and early October. And on the October 10th, we'll have the winner announcement for the top 3 in each category. Finally, you are absolutely invited to our annual banquet and award ceremony to celebrate your achievements. Okay, how do we apply? Go to our website, and there will be a page dedicated to the MJIC program. Take a little bit of time to read through all the requirements I just explained, but over there you have more details. And what do we expect in each phase's deliverables? Submit your registration form and proposal. I highlighted by the end of May. This is our phase 1. And this year, we want to start the mentoring process a little bit earlier. Once you get accepted in early June, MJIC will assign a mentor to work with the team to help guiding the innovation process all the way until your submission. I think this is a lot of feedback from the past participants that they think this is something that MJIC can do and should be doing. So we heard you loud and clear. We want to assign a mentor to help you really early, so you know so you can get this process smoothly, successfully. I mentioned the deadline, which is August 3rd. You'll complete work. Then, if you are selected as a finalist, and presented to the judging committee. Okay, so this concludes my introduction to the program. Over the next 20 minutes, each competition category, we will have the chair of each category to explain what they are looking for. Okay. Now, I'll give the microphone to Nancy.
Hello. Hello. My name is Nancy Tai, former chair of Monte Jade Southeast. As Jeffrey mentioned earlier, concept product is a general open-ended category which allows students and young professionals in all majors and fields to submit their creative ideas. But those ideas need to be feasible, so which means they need to lead to something physical, such as the hardware. Oh, sorry, Jeffrey, could you move to the next slide?
Yes.
So those ideas, like I said, they need to be, they need to lead to something physical. So in the previous slide, we say they have to be something hardware, software, design, or process method. And they need to provide a better features and performance than the existing products in the market. In this slide, you can see that usually from concept to product, they come to different stages. The idea that we are looking for can be just an early stage concept, but they need to be well thought out, including conducting some market research and analysis, so the judges can be convinced that the idea is feasible. And as Jeffrey mentioned earlier, for the judging criteria, we did look for creativity, but we also look for the feasibility and the marketability. Now, to give you some, next slide, please. Now, give you some idea about the previous winners. As you see earlier, Jeffrey mentioned that for 2018 and 2019, we only opened MJIC to college students. So you will see that in the following examples, most participants, actually all of them, they are college students, both undergraduate or graduate students. So now back in 2018, the first and second prize winners came from Georgia Tech, and their winning ideas, you can see they are all mobile apps. The third prize winner, Ryan, was a student from UC San Diego. Ryan grew up in Atlanta and he likes diving. So Ryan's winning idea was a wearable marine thruster, allowing diver to move faster in water. Unlike the mobile apps in the first and second place, the third place, Ryan did complete a prototype for his idea. Next slide, please. For this slide, just so you know, the maps you see is the coronavirus confirmed case maps. It is actually a city parking space map. In the first place winner, this application is this Park View. That's the name of the project. It is a system consisting of mobile app and surveillance cameras installed in the city parking lots. From the mobile app, users can see available parking spaces, so they can locate, reserve, and pay for parking spaces via the mobile app. So that's the first prize winner in 2018. Next slide, please. In 2019, we had 2 prize winners and 1 honorable mention in concept product category. Again, they are all from Georgia Tech students. We are very proud of them. This first prize idea is an ocean garbage patch relocator. Next slide, please. So from this slide, you can see this idea is to solve the ocean garbage epidemic. The idea involves satellite, GPS, hardware, software, and the control of ocean current to move great amount of ocean garbage closer to the shore for easy removal. So in order to do this kind of project, the students, they have to have multiple disciplinary research in order to come up with this idea. So this just gives you some examples of the last 2 years winning prizes. And thank you for your attention. Now let me pass the control to Noel to address the next category.
Hello, everyone. Okay, let's go to the next page. It's AI and robotics. Now, this year, we wanted to add this section to stimulate people for further or focused kind of innovation for the future growth. As we know, AI and robotics are definitely, explosive new technologies that's taking place in the next 20, 30 years and forward. So we want to put a specific topic in this category to help people to think in that direction if, that is something that you are, good at. You can see some of the previous winners who have developed, the general concepts, where here we're adding this specific category for people who are now, doing a lot of research work or thinking a lot in this realm. So AI concept, which I think a lot of you have read about artificial intelligence, so I'm not going to get into it, but there's typically you can think about
two categories. Methodology, there are a lot of new algorithms coming out because that's where people are trying to figure out how to solve the problem using math. So if you can come up with some new algorithm, how to train the machine, or how to do inferences differently, and how to manage a large amount of data to figure out patterns or doing some prediction, that is acceptable. The other one is definitely toward the application. So if you have known technology based on AI, how do you apply it? And a few examples will be IoT or industrial IoT, fintech, automotive, healthcare. Now, we heard a lot about autonomous driving in automotive, and now with the coronavirus, and healthcare becomes a key issue. So we need to sort of expand that into a lot more different application areas. Next slide, please. Robotics. The robotic can stand by itself, and a lot of people are beginning to look at robots as a way to enhance human capabilities or do the dirty work that humans don't want to do or not good at it. So, for example, you can again look at design. Design innovation is again very, very critical. A lot of mechanical arms that is required to do different tasks. So that can be a way to think about design something, do something that nobody has done before. Robotic vision and sensing, that's another explosive category where trying to add sensing like vision, auditory, touching, smell, all kinds of ways that you can improve a robot or some kind of robotic mechanism to do the job better. And application-wise, again, it's going to grow in exponential scales in industrial automations. And so you can think about what you can do to solve industrial requirements. And you can also look at personalized services, how you can build something to help seniors or to help somebody who's handicapped. Security and protection, that's also a big area where surveillance, using facial identification is now becoming more popular. So what else can you do beyond that? Environmental is huge too. We got a lot of problems with the everywhere, ocean, air, you name it. This is one of the photographs shows that a mechanical device a robotic device is being designed to clean out dirty stuff in the pipe, sewer lines and stuff like that, where human cannot reach. Next slide, please. Okay, so if you are good at combining both, in other words, if you've been working on robotics and say, okay, I can add AI to robotics, or you've been working on AI and say, okay, I want to apply AI to robotics. So that would be another category that you can think about, is how to combine AI and robotics together to solve problems. Again, you can think about design concepts and application areas where you can see the couple of photos that we illustrate here. The top one shows a person is wearing a skeleton mechanism that can identify objects, depending on size, weight, and then it will automatically adjust for the power required to lift it or move it. One is to look at a function of what the robot is doing, and then using augmented reality or mixed reality, AI recognition to enhance the capability of robots. So, these are, I listed there, say, smart prosthetics. So if you are thinking about, handicapped people who don't have arms, legs, now prosthetics can be a critical part. Smart robots for rescue missions, if there are natural disasters, how can we use robots or some kind of robotic mechanism with smart vision capability to handle rescue, so on and so forth. That's it for me. We'll move on to the next category. That is future tires. I'm introducing Bing Chong to provide that scenarios.
My name is Bin Chong. Jeffrey, can you pass the ball to me? Okay. Everybody see the screen? Can you see the screen? Yeah?
No,
Okay.
that's great.
Okay. Let me try to this. All right. Got it. You see now?
Yep.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Bin Chong. I'm the the chairperson of the Monte Jade. I'm also the vice president of the Maxis Technology Center. Uh, this will be the third year for Maxis on this special category called future tire. So first, I would like to go through the online who is Maxis, and also talk about what do the future tires look like, and also give you some of the example for the winner of 2018 and 2019. Okay, this is a brief history of the company. Maxis in Taiwan, we call it Zhenxing Luntai. We established the company since 1967, and we come to the USA in the 1990. So right now it's almost a little bit more than 50 years. And this is our product. We start from the bicycle tire, motorcycle, ATV, truck, bus, radio tires. And we have the distribution network over 180 countries in the world. And we have the manufacturing facility primarily in the Asia, from India, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and China, and Taiwan. And according to the global tire company ranking, we have been in the top 10 tire company for many years. And this is the current tire product people familiar with. Okay, we produce all those kind of tire. This is a short background of the Maxis. So first, I think most people know the tire is black and round, look like a donut, but the tire have certain functions. As you know, tire have to support the vehicle weight and the load. Also the tire will help the vehicle drive and move, and provide the traction on the road, and also control the vehicle direction. Also, you need to damping out the road surface impacts, so you don't feel the bumpy in the vehicle. And the one more function in the last several years has to develop to be a very important factor we call the intelligence tire, primarily for the autonomous drive vehicle. And so the tire is a part of the component of the car. So we have to look the car evolution in the last several years, which from the conventional car, and gradually we have the hybrid car for the fuel economy purpose. And then we have an electric car, and now eventually we will have the autonomous vehicles. We need intelligent tires. Okay, so tire for tomorrow, basically you have to meet the industry requirement for the electric car, autonomous vehicles, and the ride sharing, the future goal. So the tire requirement can be very different. For the electric car, they have a different requirement. Also, for the environmental issues, you have to meet the green requirements. And the fleet requirement also, because talk about the tire durability, low cost of the fuel and the tread wear. And also intelligent requirements, primarily to meet the autonomous driving and other safety issues. So this should give you an idea from now to next 10, 20 years. But the tire requirement can be quite different. So intelligent tire, why we talk about intelligent tire or smart tire? Because the tire is the only component of the vehicle touch the ground. Right now, a lot of sensors, they equipped on the vehicles, but we are thinking about how to put a sensor on the tire. So the sensor can directly detect what's the interaction between the tire and the road surface. And look at the tire evolution. We start from the old time, we have the wheel, tire, and the Michelin have the tail tire, basically is an airless tire. And recently, Goodyear also have some idea. The tire look the ball is not the donut anymore. Some of the example, non-conventional tire for the airless tire, because tire, the major problem is if you hit something, tire got punctured, tire cannot function. That's why a lot of people think about the airless tire. And also the tire under different condition, so they will deform, change shape. Then people think about how to design the tire, okay, more easily to change the shape. The other idea, as I mentioned, the Goodyear, consider some 360-degree concept tires put on the vehicle. And the Michelin also have used the new technology, 3D printer, try print out the tires. Depends on different terrain, different on the season. They can quickly use a 3D printer to print the tires. So this kind of tire is very different from the conventional tire we have seen. So for the 2018, for the future tire, the first winner, they come out idea called use the spring concept. Basically, is type of the airless tire. This is their original sketch. Basically, think about the spring and the washers, how they put that together. And they try to apply this to tire. Again, this is the sketch and how to combine that kind of concept. Then we use the CAT to build a 3D model, so can easily demonstrate how this kind of idea can be used in the tire. Now you can see with the different combination, basically you create a tire, okay, with that kind of spring, and it's airless. Okay, that's the other version of that kind of design. So Max is look this concept, and we have pursued how to build a prototype. As you can see, this is the prototype design. Although it's a little bit different from the original concept, but it's the same idea. We have to consider the manufacturing capability. So this is the prototype tire we developed, and this is the final product on the ring. Okay, this is the one of the cases to demonstrate how to from the concept to manufacturing and to the end product. The other, the second place winner of 2018, there is another design. When the tire go through severe lane change or to the sharp corner turn, the tire is going through a lot of deformation. As you can see from here, the tire shape changed. So the concept is they design tire with two chambers. So they have the sensor can sense the condition of the road and the maneuver of the tire. So they can control the tire pressure of these two different chambers in order to change the tire shape. So this is another concept. For the 2019, the student from University of Akron basically used the new technology, 3D printer, try to print the sensor. And the sensor can mount on the tire, be part of the tire, and then they can collect the information between the tire and the road surface, like the friction coefficient, the pressure, all this. So this, again, is the concept for the future tire. So this is all I want to present today. I will pass the microphone to the Jeffrey.
Okay. Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
Thank you. So this year, we added an interesting category for the contest, which is outside of our main competition. It's a popularity contest. We also got this idea from our past young participants. And we think it's a great idea that the young people share their passion and their submission to their family and friends. And also, it's a good way to promote MJIC as a program. So, how does it work? We will add as a requirement your proposal, which has a deadline in May 31st. Every application will share their submission to their share a public Facebook post, basically. And the post that received the most likes will be the winner of this contest. And so from now, if you submit your application tomorrow, you have a lot of time to lobby for the likes on your friends. And our deadline is aligned with the finalist announcement time, which is September 10th. So we encourage participants to share their passion. We only require one thing that people have to keep in mind is we don't want you just to be popular. You still need to work on it during the summertime with our mentors. Then you can be eligible for this popularity contest. So that's what the last bullet point is all about. Okay. So this concludes the main portion of our agenda today. I really appreciate your attention and being here. Now I'll pass the microphone back to Danny for further questions.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. Can you go on to the next slide, please? So for the past 45 minutes, we have went through the competition part of it and also the different categories. And just going to go through a quick recap as far as on all of we just went through the past 45 minutes. Of course, that the competition started out in 2018. It was for the last 2 years, it was only open to college students and graduate students. And so this year, we're going to open up to all the way for students and all alike, and then to 30 and young professional up to 35 years old. And also that we also have created a new competition categories, AI robotics. And we will, once the applicants submit their application, we will assign mentor this year and from MJ board here, and to help them guide them through the entire process, and hopefully that they have a very, very, very positive experience. And we also added a popularity contest that Jeffrey have just mentioned. And then let's see here, and my computer just
I can hear you.
me. Yeah, you can definitely hear. Yeah, Michael. My screen just went off on me because I signed into I remote into.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let me continue then. So
yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm on the next page. Just to recap our competition category: side products, AI robotics, and the future tires. And if you have any new ideas, innovation in this category, please feel free to make your proposal. And recap the important schedules. Right now, the key dates are May 31st. That's where you submit a proposal. And August 3rd, which is the time that you submit your complete work. Those are the key dates. And of course, at the end of October, right on Halloween Day, we're going to have an award ceremony. Yeah, how to apply. This is a repeat. So again, all the information will be on the website that for you to retrieve and read. Okay. So if you have any further inquiry about this program, we listed the information, the sources that you can get from our website and the Facebook page, as well as the email address you can reach out to us. Okay. So now we open up the floor for everybody if you have any questions for us about the program. Yeah, Hawk?
Hi.
Oh, okay. I saw your name pop up.
So I think for the popularity, the audience, so people have to post the posts and tag both the Monte Jade Facebook page and website and their friends.
Right.
So, but if you have some problem about setting this post, I can help you to make an example. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we will leverage help.
Yeah, no worry. Yeah. Since I paid the membership fee last year, I'm actually part of you.
Good to have young blood joining us.
Yeah, the average age is lower down.
Exactly, by a lot. This
Yeah, I think for today, I think some people they forgot the web cinema because they don't have the code. But I can actually share some of the information to the Georgia Tech and GSU, something like that.
Yeah. What we're going to do is that.
Yeah, I think the tiger here. So there's he just one of the audience, he was the ex TSA president of Emory, so maybe he can also share share the information to some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's what something we would like to ask your help is to help us to broadcast this event, and also the PowerPoint slide. We will have put this PowerPoint slide on our website, and we're going to on our the Mount Jade Southeast website, and then also in the Mount Jade MJIC category.
Yeah, sure.
Page.
Also, today we have recorded this webinar. Hopefully successful, we can post this recording meeting on the website or Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any further questions?
Thank you. Thank you for the information.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, certainly that at the last page right now that's posted on the screen, that you have Jeff's email and also my email. Jeff is at GOLFYIIN@gmail.com, and that's Jeffrey's email, and then me, Danny Pien, I'm the CPIEN304@gmail.com, And so you can use either one of this to contact us. So you have any further question or any other people that you refer to, that you give the information to, if they have questions, please ask them to contact us. And there's hopefully that they are, like you mentioned earlier, the key day is that we're going to start accepting applications starting tomorrow and all the way till the end of May. And we're going to move forward with a competition, and hopefully we can make it as a successful event. So thank you all for joining today. So if you have no further question, we will conclude the meeting for today's kickoff event.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.